My name is Dante and this is Story Hub. My wife, 35 and I, 36, male, live across the country from my family and we only visit for weddings, funerals and other big family-related events. Both my wife and I are deaf. I've never been hosted with anyone in my family, my grandparents, cousins, aunts, uncles, brother and father, single dad because they never bothered to look past my disability growing up. They only did the bare minimum, fed me, clothed me and made smart all talk, but never actually tried to get to know me or do anything beyond that. They didn't even learn sign language for me. As a result, I can talk and read lips, but I'm often left out of their conversations. They never bother to get to know my wife either. They think we're both stupid and incapable of anything just because we can't hear. We're in our 30s and they still treat us like children. We hate it, especially my wife, who has purposely not visited them since 2017. I have a successful career and so does my wife, and we've been entirely on our own since college. We have a healthy bank account, travel a lot and are ready to buy a nice house, but we're waiting for the housing market to cool down. Yet despite all that, my family thinks that my wife's family takes care of us. I help out financially, manage our finances and walk us through everyday tasks like buying groceries or paying bills. They just won't believe that we're intelligent and competent people who have done well for ourselves all on our own. My older brother is not deaf and is very close with my whole family. Unfortunately, he doesn't have his life together. He works odd jobs, has unstable relationships and regularly mooches off people. Yet my family still reveres him as a competent person. He's a narcissist who has always treated me poorly, and my family enables his bad behavior. That's another reason I keep them at arm's length. I hope I've given enough context. So now on to the issue. My wife and I have a toddler daughter. When my wife was pregnant, we decided we didn't want any of my family in our daughter's life. It wouldn't be healthy for her to be around people who constantly disrespect her parents. And if she turned out deaf, she didn't. They wouldn't treat her respectfully either. No one in my family keeps in touch with me anyway, so I didn't see a reason to volunteer any information to them. So I never told them about my daughter. We keep her off social media and I visited them only once since she was born. But she stayed home with my wife. My brother discovered my daughter's existence a few weeks ago. The whole family is very upset. They blame my wife because they thought she controlled me, which is not true. They accuse me of denying my daughter a family that could have helped raise her in many different ways. They may have a point. I'm starting to wonder if my wife and I are selfish for keeping our daughter from a big family full of cousins her age because we have our own hang-ups about them. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. I think you made the right decision and they don't seem worth keeping in contact with. I'm struggling to understand how they're so dense. They don't realize you're a smart and capable person so often. I think people get the view that deaf people are mentally deficient because they never have met any. But they have known you your whole life and still don't get it, even with the perfect comparison of your brother. Strange. My parents like this with my brother and me, but I'm not deaf, I have autism. They treat me like I'm an idiot who can't do anything while my brother, who messed around all through school and life, is the revered golden child. It's insane. I spent my life trying to get them to like me, but they never will have to cut them off and I've never been happier. Opus, keep your daughter away from people who might hurt her and go no contact correctly this time your family is ableist, and they would affect your daughter in a toxic way with it. I'm a little worried from the way you describe your family. They treat you and your wife as if you were incapable of discernment and of being legally autonomous. Your tale gives me bad vibes. Now that they know you have a daughter, I would take steps to protect her, like warning the kindergarten daycare and in the future of the school that they're not allowed to pick up your daughter. That's what I said to talking to a lawyer to be prepared if they go the CPS route, and making sure no caretaker will release her to them could be important. Them wanting to raise her differently and thinking Opus and his wife can't take care of themselves is alarming. Their lives would speak for themselves. It would be funny if they did go to court with their tales of Opus and his wife's incompetence, and then Opus lays out their lives. Then they would look like the fools they are and dash any hopes of any visitation in the future. But I agree. Document everything and ensure all your affairs are in order. I was married for 9 years to my ex-wife. Now for the next story. We were childhood sweethearts who married out of high school and had 2 kids together. Then she got pregnant for the 3rd time, which was a surprise. We were done with having children. I had a vasectomy to ensure we wouldn't have more children. I went to my doctor who confirmed I couldn't have gotten her pregnant. She then confessed she'd been having an affair but didn't want our marriage to end. I told her I wouldn't stay with her after she betrayed me and I would not raise the child she made with another man. When we separated, she moved in with her child's father. When we divorced, she got engaged and had another child with him. I should mention I paid for a DNA test on her 3rd child to be 100% sure because I will never turn my back on my children. DNA proved her child was not mine. He left her high and dried them with nothing. She had only a small family, her mom and sister who helped her out. But a clear message was sent that I should step up and be a father to her other children. I said no way. Our sons together are now tweens. Her other children are infants and pre-KX struggles financially and has repeatedly pleaded with me to be a presence in her 2 younger children's lives over the last few years. They don't have any active male adult figures in their lives, and I understand that she wants that for them, but I have no desire to be that. so I choose not to think about those kids unless I have to, i.e. when I'm going to be around them, to make sure I can at least not be an idiot. They are my boy's siblings, after all. The older of the two is having a birthday soon, and I've been asked if I could buy some gifts and show up at a birthday party for her. The child I have refused. I said it's on my ex. So now her mom and sister are coming after me for not stepping up and showing my boys what a real man and real father are. They say I'm damaging my boys, ruining their childhoods and future by not displaying true compassion and love and embracing their siblings. I've also been accused of causing a rift because the boys call them half-siblings versus just siblings. They say I allow the divide to happen. They also say two innocent children have very little and see their brothers with so much more possessions, family quality experiences, and while they're little now, the oldest is about to get to an age where this stuff starts to stick. My ex heard about the exchange with her mom and sister and called me an idiot for punishing her kids instead of her. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. She was unfaithful and now expects you to pick up the pieces. That's comical. Look after your biological sons and yourself. Really quick, if you're enjoying the video, don't forget to drop a like. She got herself into this mess, no one else. Once your kids are older, you can explain what happened and why things seem different from their siblings. But for now, you're a great father to your kids. Why are they punishing the man taking care of his kids instead of the one who bailed? They should invest their energy in hounding the kid's actual father for child support. But no, let's try to take advantage of the guy she betrayed. What is it with cheaters wanting everyone to play happy families with their affair? Kids talk about having your cake and eating it too. The money you spend on kids that aren't yours is money you can't spend on your kids. This sucks for the two younger kids who've done nothing wrong. But that's something their mother should have considered before cheating on you. Now for the next story. My husband and I are expecting a baby. We're planning to move to my home country because the cost of having a baby is much less. So obviously, I've been letting my husband's mother play with us. She's going to miss her son and grandbaby, so no big deal. I've included her in doctor appointments, milestone events, etc. So she asks when she should throw the gender reveal party. Where I'm from, that's not really a thing. And also, I don't feel comfortable with the whole concept, especially when I know that some of his family members are those weird boys favoring people. So I told her that it was very nice, but I prefer not to. If she wanted, she could just do a bigger baby shower. She didn't seem to understand but didn't bother me. So last Thursday we went to the doctor. Husband was working, so only my mother-in-law and I. The doctor asks if I want to know the gender of the baby, and I say yes. My mother-in-law shushes me. She says no. Put it in an envelope so we can give it to the person responsible for the gender reveal. I said no again and asked the doctor to tell us. Mother-in-law starts getting impatient and saying that's no big deal to just let her have this one thing. I reiterated that we could have a bigger baby shower, but gender reveals are off the table. She left crying. After the appointment, my husband called me asking what had happened. Mother-in-law called him crying, saying I'd been horrible to her. I told my husband everything. He said he understands me and is not a fan of gender reveals, but we should play along because his mother is sad. The thought of standing there and doing the whole ballerina or truck trap makes me uncomfortable, and I just ugh. But it's true. We're leaving. So am I the idiot for refusing a gender reveal? Not the idiot. The doctor asked you if you wanted to know the gender of the baby as the mother. That's your damn decision. Mother-in-law can mind her damn business, and your husband is gutless wanting to play along with her. He should be standing up for you and telling his mommy to mind her business. Your mother-in-law is being way manipulative. Stick to your no. Being pregnant looks uncomfortable enough without adding unnecessary discomfort. If she keeps it up, try crying and ask her why she's so mean. For bonus points, burst into an ugly crying sobbing fit. Next time she brings it up in front of other people. This will make you as bad as her, but it may be worth it. Yes, use those pregnancy hormones to your advantage. Ugly cry and ask her why she's so mean to a pregnant lady. Don't you know stress is bad for the baby? Why do you want to hurt your grandchild by stressing me out while they're inside me? And make sure hubby has a front seat so he can see just what a manipulative idiot mom is being. Now for the next story. For the last few years, my 21 male friends and I have had a boys' night once a month. All we do on these nights is drink, play games, or watch a movie. My brother, 19, studies to join us as soon as he turns 18. The thing is, whenever we had a boys' night, all of our girlfriends would have a girls' night on the same night. So really, it's become a situation where everyone gets a night to spend time with friends without their partner having a life outside of the relationship type deal. This has been the case since we first started these nights. The problem is that my brother got himself his first boyfriend a few weeks ago, and when we were organizing things for this month's night, he wanted him to come. However, since the whole point of the night is pretty much for us to spend away from our partners, I told my brother that I didn't think that it would be okay for him to come. My brother wanted to put it up for a vote for everyone else, but the vote was pretty much split down the middle, with my vote splitting the difference between him coming and not coming. Now my brother is saying that the real reason is that I'm uncomfortable with his boyfriend coming along, which isn't true. FYI. He thinks that the whole thing has to do with the phobia or whatever instead of a simple reason, as the entire point of the night is for us to hang out without our partners. Now he's refusing to come and says that the only way that he will come is if I invite his partner. But I just feel that that invalidates the whole point of us hanging out. So am I an idiot? Not the idiot. Fellow queer here. And when I was last in a relationship with a woman, I frequently went to girls' nights with my female friends while my girlfriend hung out on her own or with her own friend group. As you said, it's important to have your own separate social lives in a relationship and spend some time away from your partner no matter their gender. You're the idiot. Where should his partner fit in your friend group? He can't come to boys' night. He can't go to girls' night the same night. So is he the only one left out? I understand both of your perspectives at the moment, but it really seems like your brother's partner and future partners will get left out of friend outings when they're gendered like this, and he doesn't get to count as a guy. The concept of boys' night is the problem here. It's not boys' night. Gender is irrelevant. It's friends hanging out without their partner's night, dividing groups by gender. Like that works fine when you're all straight, but it's a crappy way of organizing it. When anyone isn't straight, you guys are choosing not to bring your partners along. But your brother wants his partner there. He doesn't want the time apart. So your reasoning makes it sound like either 1. You want time apart from your boyfriend's partner, or 2. You think your brother needs time away from his partner, so you aren't letting his boyfriend come. And then you are the idiot, because why would you get to decide that? Consider, what if your brother started dating someone at these boys' nights? Would one of them have to stop? Now for the last story. My nephew's birthday dinner was at Outback Steakhouse, and my autistic daughter has many food sensitivities, so I looked up the menu and asked if she could eat anything on it. She said no and asked if she could prepare her food. I said she could and asked her to keep it simple. She said she would make a hummus and pesto sandwich and apple slices. I said that was fine. I put the food in Ziploc bags in my purse at the dinner. Everything was fine at first. We all ordered drinks. I got a Coke, and my daughter got an Arnold Palmer. When it was time to order food, I got the steakhouse salad and asked for an extra plate. And my daughter, very unobtrusively, declined to order. She was so quiet and calm that the rest of the party didn't notice when the food arrived. I quickly put my daughter's stuff on my extra plate and slid it over to her. Since she was eating off the restaurant's plates, it was hardly noticeable that she wasn't eating restaurant food. My sister, however, saw what I did and got angry. She told me to order my daughter an entree. I said she was okay. Then my sister got louder and drew the whole table's attention. I tried to divert attention by asking my brother-in-law's mom about her garden. Still, my sister got even louder and told me to stop making a scene and that this was her son's special day and my daughter wasn't going to be the center of attention on her son's special day. And I needed to stop acting like the world revolved around her. She got so upset that her face turned red and a waitress came over and asked for our table to quiet down because we were disturbing other tables. So I just collected my daughter and left. My sister texted me a bunch of abuse and a Venmo request for $50. I know a salad. I didn't even get to eat most of it. And 2 soft drinks weren't $50, so I sent her 20 instead. She's mad as heck. My brother said that my sister was tired of it being always something with my daughter. And even though my sister overreacted, I instigated and should have left her home if she can't handle a restaurant. But to my mind, she did handle the restaurant. She didn't make a scene. She didn't eat their food. So why couldn't everyone just eat their food and ignore my daughters? Not the idiot. It wasn't a scene until your sister made it a scene. And she sounds unhinged. You literally did nothing wrong or anything to steal the spotlight from your nephew. Your sister did that all on her own. You and your daughter found an unobtrusive way for her to be involved in a family outing. She'd oust you for that if the restaurant didn't have an issue with you bringing outside food. I don't understand your sister's reaction. Wow. Just wow, Mom. Kudos to you for handling this in a great way. Your sister, on the other hand, well, it wasn't about her son. It was about herself in control, putting on a show for everyone else. Not sure how old your daughter and nephew are, but neither need to be exposed to this toxicity at any age. Everyone's the idiot here. I'm wondering if we're missing some info. That's a way over the top reaction to something. Does nephew get overshadowed at other family gatherings? Was your invite a pressure invite from your family? Do your parents spend equal time on both kids? Hope I may not even know that it's happening. Their parents may be unintentionally doing this, and it's easier for your sister to blame you. It's worth a common grown-up discussion about why she lost it.